the world is about to see something that it's never seen before. People talking about the rapture and Christ coming back. What they don't seem to understand is the rapture, the calling up, the ascending is for those, honey, who have answered the call. Those who have done the inner work. Those who have opened themselves up to the Christ consciousness. There's no one coming from a cloud to call those up who are stuck in fear. There's no one coming to get those who are stuck in fear, scarcity, and a hell of their own imagination. When we talk about Christ consciousness, what did Christ come to show people? Christ came to show people that there's no division from you and the divine. That when you see me, you see the Father. That you are already all things. The kingdom of God is within. So shall it be on earth as it is in heaven. This is what people are not understanding. So yeah, Christ came back all right. And there was a rapture, a calling up, a spiritual calling up and ascension for those who have done the work to be able to embrace the Christ consciousness. Those who have made space within their being for Christ consciousness. Those who have been doing the work they've been called to do within the last few years, if not over the past 20 years. Y'all, this earth is about to see something like it's never seen before. It is about to see some beings moving in true sovereignty. Beings moving in true power. Beings moving in true authority of the divine. And that's why those who are called, the few that are chosen, the ones that answered the call, the ones that did the work, baby, they about to see they about to see something like never before, honey. Because one thing about these people that are set apart, honey, these people, they've gone through the initiations. They can't be bought. They already know their abundance. They already create abundance from their very souls because they're one with abundance. They're one with all things because they know they're one with the divine. So they can't be bought with money. You can't shut them up with money. You can't make them do what you want them to do with money. They can't ever be sold out. Their heart has been purified. They're not here to use people and mess over people. Why? Because they've been in those places where people have used and messed over them. And even in the midst of that, their heart was still able to stay light as a feather. They didn't allow bitterness and destruction and chaos and dysfunction to turn them into bitter, dysfunctional, chaotic, demonic, harvesting, possessed people. They continue to allow themselves to be pure. Even in the midst of great suffering. Furthermore, they transcended this fear of death, this fear of being disowned, this fear of people not liking you, this fear of people mishandling you. They've had to go through all of that. So therefore, they've learned the lessons and overcome that. None of that can be used against them. They can't be bought with money. They're going to tell the truth regardless. They do not fear death. So therefore, they have no need to keep mute. Those are the ones that are going to shape this world like we never seen before. They're not stuck on being politically correct. They're not stuck on being pretentious. They're not stuck on fitting the mold. They're not stuck on looking like what you think they look like. They're not stuck on sounding like what you think they should sound like. These people are not going to be able to figure them out. But just like Christ, baby, nobody was able to figure Christ out. And that's why the very people of that time were saying blasphemy, was saying, oh, he's being used by devils and demons. The things he do are not of God. These people with this Christ consciousness is about to shape this world like you've never seen before. And the vision I seen was literally like a power grid, hand in hand. These people are all over the world. And it's not a color thing. It's not a gender thing. It's none of that. Because truthfully, this is an infinite source, spiritual thing. This goes against all of that, this dualistic thing that you see in the flesh, this woman, man, black, white, Asian. Honey, this goes against all of that avatar surface stuff. This is original divine beings being activated with Christ consciousness, being activated in their full power, being activated as the sovereign beings they were born to be, being activated to come and spread the word that we are one with the divine and that we were called to be sovereign. We don't have to be enslaved to any of these systems, to any of these doctrines, to any of these politics, to any of these religions, to any of these cultural way of beings. That's what the Christ consciousness is about. And that's what these people, who we will call them chosen people. Because for this time, this is what is necessary in this time as we're transcending so many false beliefs, so many veils, so many faulty foundations within humanity. This is where the truth tellers are called. The sons and daughters of the divine are being called up and out to show themselves. To show that, baby, you don't have to be under anybody's thumb. You don't have to be over anybody's thumb, honey. Nobody has to own you. You can be sovereign. You don't have to be under somebody's thumb to get your needs met, to pay your bills, to sell your music, to be out in the world succeeding. You don't have to be under any of these industries that are taking advantage of you and prostituting you and degrading you and siphoning your energy. You are a powerful sovereign being. And that's what these chosen divine ones, that's what they're here for. They're here to shine brightly and let people know, baby, you don't have to be enslaved to any system in order to have your heaven on earth. Because for so long, these systems have sucked people in and siphoned people's energy, have sucked on powerful people and siphoned their energy and used their power in order to push forward their agenda. For so many centuries, people have prostituted themselves, thinking that, oh, I got to be within the music industry to sell my music. I got to be within Hollywood to get out and for people to see me. Oh, I got to stay with my parents because I'm obligated. I got to continue to be with this family that's abusive. I got to be in these marriages and these relationships that are toxic and abusive, but I need them in some way. All of that is dismantling. All of that is going away, baby. Y'all, this world is about to see something that it's never seen before. Mark my words. This world is about to see some of the most ethereal beings, baby. We talking about aliens, baby. You about to see some of the most ethereal beings. People that look immortal. People that don't age. People that their outside is just as beautiful as their inner heart. People who shine like a star, people. People, honey, that are not only beautiful, but they speak truth, even when it's hard truth. They don't cower in fear. Baby, they don't follow the norms and what the world tells them to do. They're on their own swag, their own time. True sovereign beings, people that are not under the thumb of any of these systems of enslavement. And yet, they seem to be living the most abundant life. Because Christ said, this life is about living life and living life more abundantly. And you're about to see these ethereal beings that very much look like human, baby. But they almost seem non-real. This world is about to see something like it's never seen before, honey. And these people, They've been tried and they've been tested. They've been refined through fire. These are not people who ain't never gone through nothing, don't know nothing. These are people who have gone through the fire and came down refined as gold. These are people whose heart has been tested to make sure it was pure. These are people who, when they were tested and they were mocked and they were taunted and they could have chosen to become bitter. They could have chosen to become destructive. They could have chosen to become a demon to society, a menace to this world. They could have been on the get back. They decided against that. You're about to see the awakening of ancient wise ones coming forth to teach the true Christ consciousness, coming forth to wake people up from their slumber, coming forth in this time of old systems dismantling and crumbling. You're about to see, honey, the sons and daughters of the divine, the ones that know that they're one with the divine. You're about to see them come forth and shine like no other. And there's no one or nothing that can't come against them, baby. They've already been tested. They already been fortified. Baby, they've already gone through boot camp. Their early years, their life was boot camp. Baby, you can't harm them. In the physical, in the spiritual, with your words. You can't buy them. You can't dominate them in any type of way, honey. They're sovereign souls. You can't dominate sovereign souls. You can get your ass toe up trying to do it. Baby, these people are almost untouchable. Untouchable. Because their calling is much bigger than just them. This is a universal calling, honey. And there are thousands of spiritual beings and people who war on their behalf. They don't even need the war. It's thousands of beings and people that war on their behalf. They've been called to, hey, it's time to get on your throne. Get off the front line. Get on the throne. You've already been on the front line long enough. You've already seen what it is. We got that handled. Get on your throne and do what you've been called to do, which is speak the truth and shine brightly and remind people of their own divinity. Woo! Boy, when I tell you, this world is about to see something like it's never seen before. And it's not one person, baby. See, in the past, they could come after one person. They could come after, Dr. King. They could come after Marcus Garvey. They could come after the different greats of the past, right? But, honey, this is baby, it's a power grid of hundreds of thousands of people. Of hundreds and thousands of people that are hand in hand on the spiritual realm, activating a new consciousness, a Christ consciousness on this whole earth. And there's nothing you can do about that. And that's why we've been pushed so much towards community, so much towards coming up and showing ourselves and calling forth to our brothers and our sisters and our other divine beings. And let them know we're here. You're not alone. You've never been alone. We just had to be hidden away, not only for our own safety, but because we needed to be trained. We needed to be refined. Furthermore, for the safety of this world, it was a time that we were in hiding. Because we had to learn patience. We had to learn wisdom and discernment and boundaries and respect for ourselves and the world. We were in a time of learning, of being low and keeping ourselves just as students. And now it's time to come out and really teach these things, remind people of the wisdom of the ancient ones. Because the minds of people have been consumed. People are literally within a matrix system that is just has its claws within them, siphoning, sucking, and people are in deep levels of psychosis and delusion, all the way to their DNA being attacked. Whoo! This world is about to see something like it's never seen before. Mark my words. Baby, the call has gone out. It's time to rise up. Be not dismayed by the faces of the people. Go out and speak what the divine has told you to speak. Read the story of Jeremiah if you need more encouragement.